In the annals of history, few names have resonated with as much power and influence as that of Napoleon Bonaparte. Born on the 15th of August 1769 in the humble town of Ajaccio on the island of Corsica, this enigmatic figure would rise from a modest upbringing to become one of history's greatest military strategists and ultimately the Emperor of France. Welcome to Wiki History Journal. And today we'll be talking about Napoleon. Napoleon's early life, marked by ambition, set the stage for a remarkable journey that would forever change the course of European history. Chapter 1: A Humble Beginning. Napoleon's childhood was far from extravagant, and yet it was this very modesty that would shape his character. As a young boy in Corsica, he displayed an inquisitive mind, soaking up knowledge from the books he could find. Despite limited resources, he received a scholarship to attend the renowned military school in Brienne-le-Château. This marked the first step in his path to greatness. At Brienne, young Napoleon exhibited brilliance in his studies, particularly in mathematics and history. He was also known for his unwavering determination and strong will, qualities that would become evident throughout his life. But his fall was soon to be upturned by the tumultuous political climate, leading him to transfer to the prestigious École Militaire in Paris. Chapter 2: A military genius in the making. Paris proved to be a turning point in Napoleon's life. He embraced the principles of the Enlightenment, imbibing the ideas of freedom and equality that were stirring within the hearts of the French people. His military prowess caught the attention of influential figures, and he was swiftly promoted through the ranks. In 1796, Napoleon was appointed the commander of the French army in Italy. It was here that he truly came into his own as a military genius. Employing innovative tactics and displaying remarkable leadership, he led his forces to a string of decisive victories over the powerful Austrian and Italian armies. The whirlwind of war, as he came to be known, emerged victorious and etched his name in the annals of military history. Chapter 3: The Path to Power. As Napoleon's military successes continued to elevate him to new heights, so did his political ambitions. In a daring coup in 1799, he seized power, dissolving the Directory and establishing himself as the first consul of France. This marked the beginning of the era known as the Consulate. Under his leadership, France experienced a period of stability and reform. He implemented a series of far-reaching domestic reforms known as the Napoleonic Code, which standardized laws and promoted equality before the law. These changes earned him the support of the people, solidifying his position. Chapter 4: The Crown Awaits. Napoleon's ambition, however, was far from quenched. In 1804, he took a momentous step by proclaiming himself Emperor of the French. The coronation ceremony, held at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, was a grand spectacle that symbolized the zenith of his rise to power. His vision was to establish a vast European empire under his control, and he set about achieving this goal with fervor. Through a series of military campaigns, Napoleon's armies conquered vast territories, spreading French influence across the continent. Chapter 5: The Downfall. Despite his military brilliance and remarkable administrative skills, Napoleon's ambitions would prove to be his undoing. The costly and disastrous invasion of Russia in 1812 weakened his empire, and his enemies saw an opportunity to strike back. A coalition of European powers, led by Britain, waged war against Napoleon's forces. In 1814, the coalition successfully invaded France, and Napoleon was forced to abdicate. He was exiled to the Mediterranean island of Elba, his empire crumbling before his eyes. The final stand. Napoleon's return from exile on the island of Elba and his subsequent reign during the 100 Days marked the pinnacle of his determination and audacity. Despite facing overwhelming odds, he was unwilling to relinquish his dream of restoring the French Empire to its former glory. Escaping Elba in February 1815, Napoleon landed on the shores of France with a small band of loyal supporters. To his surprise, he was met with a remarkable reception from the French people, who still held him in high regard. Riding a wave of popularity, he swiftly made his way to Paris, where he reclaimed his throne as emperor. During his short-lived second reign, Napoleon was aware of the ticking clock. The European powers had not forgotten his previous ambitions, and they quickly formed a new coalition to defeat him once and for all. The Seventh Coalition, led by the Duke of Wellington from Britain and General Blücher from Prussia, aimed to crush Napoleon's forces and bring stability back to Europe. The fateful Battle of Waterloo, fought on June 18, 1815 in present-day Belgium, would become Napoleon's final stand. The battle was fierce and unyielding, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. Despite his strategic brilliance, Napoleon's forces were unable to secure a decisive victory. During the battle, Napoleon's former Marshal Michel Ney committed a tactical error by launching a premature cavalry charge. This allowed the Anglo-Allied army to regroup and mount a successful defense. As the day wore on, Napoleon's hopes of victory began to fade. In a last-ditch effort, Napoleon sent in his elite Imperial Guard, known for their unwavering loyalty and skill. These seasoned veterans were seen as the Emperor's trump card. However, the seemingly invincible Imperial Guard met their match when faced with the unyielding determination of the British and Prussian forces. The tide turned against Napoleon, and he was forced to witness the crushing defeat of his once mighty army. It was a heartbreaking moment for the Emperor, who knew that his dreams of regaining power were shattered. After the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon's hopes of escape were dashed. He surrendered to the British and was subsequently exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he would spend the last 6 years of his life in seclusion and captivity. In exile, Napoleon devoted his time to writing his memoirs and reflecting on his tumultuous life and career. He passed away on May 5, 1812, at the age of 51. Napoleon Bonaparte's final stand at Waterloo marked the end of an era, closing the chapter on his relentless pursuit of power and conquest. Despite his ultimate defeat, Napoleon's impact on France and the world remains undeniable. His military strategies, administrative reforms, and legal innovations continue to shape the modern world, making him one of history's most enduring and fascinating figures. And with that, it's time for us to call it a day, but we do hope that you liked the video and found it informative. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Your valuable suggestions are very important to us, so do post them in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video.